Mamadahe. UCO franchise team. Ema Eagles fan Gangle Mao. Die Hard loudly crying face. Bet. What's yo record? Can you hear me? No.
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford.
Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ever since I got the page 5, my mic hasn't connected to the stream. It can't to fix it.
Greg Zuerlein set to get us started here, and off we go from MetLife Stadium.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 43, here's second down and 8. Here's Hurts to throw.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here's Swift.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10
at their own 17-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain of 32 that time.
Usually in this spot, you'd hear an offensive coordinator saying, don't feel like you've got to get this all back at once. But here, they give up the opening touchdown and say, no time like the present to show what we can do too. And that's big yardage on their initial play from scrimmage.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Rodgers will try again on second down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Flushed out right.
Oh, what was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted.
Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Hurts. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
This is caught. It's Brown. And some room to maneuver. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 59 yards. And the Eagles lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
second down. They go right back to Cook.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, and those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to it. And I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
It's a gain of 29. That's good for a Jets.
Now it's Rodgers. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
God, I can't believe what I'm watching.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Rodgers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles will take over here just shy of the 30. So a nice play defensively by the rookie, coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Jets are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
He's got a man, complete.
And he will step out of bounds, but not before he's all the way across the 50.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing now is Rodgers.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Rodgers setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Mecole Hardman, 35 yards.
And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And not much happening there as we get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this 1st half. They'll throw now on the final play. incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And what could he possibly be thinking? He just took the fair catch at the 1-yard line. Major mistake. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And that's caught inside the 30. It's a gain of 34.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
Sliding out of the pocket. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On second down, Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Rodgers wants to change the look.
To throw is Rodgers. Looking to throw on second down. And it's caught. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
And now an audible here into something else. Cook is in. Touchdown, Jets.
Now Zerline on and the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Well, they had that one sniffed out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
Now, a little bit of space there for Cook that time as he winds up getting about 7 there on first down. From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. Here's a quick throw out to Wilson.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game.
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. They'll try and run here with Swift.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins.
64 yards.
And the Eagles use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Jets 14. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Jets take over 1st and 10.
This is 1st and 10.
To throw is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And got his man complete.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10.
Good for the Jets.
Now Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Now 1st and goal.
Rodgers to throw. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment.
We was a very good player. 100 points. He was a very good player. 100 points.
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the LA Chargers.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, stream? Oh, shit. Nah.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are
I feel you. I'm not gonna talk much, but I'm on my stream, I guess. So
and he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was.
That return, it will not be on the postseason highlight reel. If you're the offensive coordinator, you've just changed your play calling because you thought you might have some field to work with. Instead, now you've got to call plays that won't make mistakes.
Right away, they'll change the look.
Let's keep those sticks moving.
finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
There we go.
Oh, design run for their wideout. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
And boy, again, they won't get this off in time. Herbert changing things up. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And a throw right sideline is complete. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Herbert throwing again. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score.
Nothing like understanding where your escape
This
hatches
shit
are
going
as a
on.
quarterback.
What the
Here
fuck,
he's
bro?
looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips
Yeah, if he
past
can,
the
if he got
rushers,
one, yeah.
takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, you don't see a ton of draws called on 1st and 10, and often with good reason, because most defenses are ready for